What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and enjoying freedom. It's a great day to have a great day. Today, I'm obviously back out here in the woods, and I wanted to talk about silver. More specifically, I wanted to talk about silver being real money, and I wanted to compare it to currency, which is fake money. We're going to get into it, but really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos, subscribe to my second channel for weekly videos, go and get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel. Come and join us in the Precious Metals VIP Club, which is where I do giveaways, live streams, deal alerts. You can watch Saturday and Sunday's videos right now if you want to, and tomorrow morning I'll be posting a brand new vlog. Come hang out with us. And of course, make sure to go and get your 5 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. If you refer one friend by the 18th, you only have a couple days left to do this, they will give you 10 free stocks for the referral. And if you refer 3 friends by the end of the month, you have about 2.5 weeks left to do that. They're going to give you 1 to 15 free shares of Apple. Everything will be linked in the description. So today is Friday, April 15th, 2022. As I'm filming the video though, it's actually still Wednesday the 13th. I'm filming it a couple of days in advance, trying to give myself a 3-day weekend over here, which means I have no idea what the spot price of silver or gold will be by the time this video comes out. So head on down to the comments and let me know the date and time you're viewing the video and what the current spot price is for you. I'm always curious. Alright, so in today's video, first of all, it's not going to be an overly structured video. I have a general idea, a theme, a topic, a sentence, which is going to be the title of the video that I'm going to be running with. But I'm going to be honest, I didn't put any thought into it because I wanted this video to be one of those types of videos where I can hit record, say what I want to say, and then wrap up the video. But what I wanted to mainly talk about today is real money versus fake money. I wanted to talk about actual money. I'm not talking about dollar bills. I'm talking about actual, real, true, honest money. And do a little bit of a comparison to currency. So I actually have a couple of things in my pocket right now. I have $2. I have one single dollar bill, and I also have 4 quarters. But what's interesting about these quarters is the fact that, yeah, they're currency, but they're also money. For example, we have a 1944, a 43, a 40, and a 53. Pre-65 quarters, dimes, and half dollars. Rudimentary, but in case there are any brand new people out there watching, or people that are interested in starting to stack silver and potentially gold, pre-1965 quarters, dimes, and half dollars are made up of silver. They're 90% made up of silver, which means if you want to get to a troy ounce of silver using those coins, it would take 6 silver quarters, 14 silver dimes, or 3 silver half dollars. So those quarters that I just showed you, that would be 4/6 or 2/3 of a troy ounce of silver right there in my pocket, which, guess what, is worth a whole lot more than just $1. That's the funny thing about currency and the funny thing about money. Real money, its value comes from the weight. How much silver or gold, how much of the physical silver content do you need to buy whatever it is that you want to buy? Dollar bills, on the other hand, it doesn't go that way. Dollar bills, you know, you can have a $1 bill. You could have a single in your pocket like what I do right now. You could be carrying one of these. You could have a $5 bill, you could have a $10 bill. You could have a $20 bill, a $50, you could even have 100 in your pocket. But what's weird about the currency, what's weird about the paper fiat glorified IOU debt note dollar bills is that no matter the denomination, they all weigh the same. A $1 bill and a $100 bill, there's no difference between the two, which is strange because they're perceived as different. But what's different about them? If you closed your eyes and shuffled them up, would you be able to tell them apart? No. And same thing go for all the denominations in between. The 5, the 10, the 20, and the 50. They're all the same. Sure, some of them are slightly different colors. Yeah, they have different pictures and words and numbers and whatnot drawn and written all over them. But funny enough, that's like the intrinsic value of a piece of paper right there. Something to draw on, something to write on. So these little piece of paper IOU debt notes, if that's the intrinsic value, then it really has no more of that intrinsic value. If the purpose of a piece of paper is to give you something to write on or to draw on, and the piece of paper that my job gave me for exchanging my time, selling my time, giving away my time for a bunch of these, and it's already been drawn on and written on, then what purpose does it serve me as a piece of paper? Sure, it serves a purpose as some currency, but I just wanted to point that out. I know this is really basic stuff, but to be honest, this is actually one of my favorite things to talk about when it comes to money and currency and silver and dollar bills and whatnot. Oh, we got a deer coming up over here. See the way it got scared and ran? I did the same thing when I saw the inflation report. Anyway, when it comes to currency, I'm pretty sure we have a basic understanding of that. But what about currency coins? What about regular quarters? What about 1965s and later? What about a 2006 quarter or a 2021 quarter? Or a 1989 quarter or something like that? Those are all post 1964, which means they're not made up of silver anymore. So they're worth what they're supposed to be worth. They're worth 25 cents, whatever 25 cents actually means. But the pre-65s, each one of those, it's worth a whole lot more than 25 cents. I mean, if we're just going to go by the spot price, which again, I don't know what the spot price is by the time this video is coming out. I'm filming it a couple days in advance, but let's just call it about $25. Let's just say spot price is $25 right now. Let's forget about the premiums because that makes things a little bit more complicated. Or you know what, let's tack on a little bit of a premium. Let's call it $28. $28 an ounce. If you divide that by 6, because that's how many quarters you need to get to a troy ounce worth of 90%. It's about $4.66 per quarter. So how is something that says that it's only worth 25 cents actually worth $4.66 according to the spot price? It's because it's made out of something of substance. It's made out of something of actual value. It's not just some dud. It's not just some nonsense miscellaneous metal that isn't worth anything. It's not just some piece of garbage that they stamped 25 cents on. No. Back then, our currency was made out of actual money, and our dollar bills were backed by gold. Sure, they were piece of paper IOU notes, but at least they were backed by real, true, honest money. Our currency notes were backed by gold, and our currency coins were made out of silver. There's a reason we were taken off the gold standard, and there's a reason our coins are no longer made out of silver. It's because they were becoming more valuable than the little coins were claiming that they were worth. See, back then, when spot price really started to climb up, pre-65 that is, when spot price really started to climb up, Maybe the amount of silver inside of a silver quarter, 1/6 of a troy ounce, maybe back then it was worth about 25 cents. Maybe it was worth even less. I mean, the further back you go, the cheaper and cheaper silver was. But way back in the day, it would have taken 4 90% silver quarters to equal $1 worth of silver. That's not the case anymore. 4 silver quarters no longer equal $1, if they're made out of silver, that is. 4 silver quarters nowadays, with a little bit of a premium tacked on, close to 20 bucks. $18, $19, I think, if my math is right. Imagine our coins were still made out of silver. Imagine having something in your hand, this right here. Imagine having this coin in your hand and being told that it's only worth 25 cents, but just by checking the spot price, you can see that the coins in your pocket, each one's worth about $4.60 something cents. No wonder we were taken off the gold standard. No wonder our coins are no longer made out of silver. So it's just a fun comparison. It's something that I've always enjoyed talking about. In fact, if you go onto my channel and scroll all the way back to my oldest video, that's what the topic was. It was comparing a $1 bill to $1 face value, worth of 90% junk constitutional, 90% silver quarters. A dollar versus a dollar, except $1 is made out of currency, the other dollar is made out of money. That's what the oldest video on this channel is. Now, that wasn't the first silver video that I made. The first silver video that I made was all the way back in December of 2017. Going on 5 years ago, about 4.5 years ago. The video that I'm referencing right now about dollar versus a dollar, currency versus money, that was posted only 3 years ago. I've been making videos for 6, going on 7 years, I think. I deleted a bunch of the old videos just because they didn't really make sense for the channel. Before I was making silver videos, I was making other types of videos, and then this kind of just ended up turning into a silver channel. So I removed all the non-precious metal, the non-prepping videos. I removed everything that really just doesn't make sense for the channel anymore. So I got rid of all of those to focus on the silver and a little bit of gold and also some prepping. But the oldest video that currently exists on this channel, posted maybe 3.5 years ago, was of the same topic, the same theme, the same general idea as this video right here 3.5 years later. And I wanted to revisit the topic because it's always been something that I found to be interesting. It's always been something that I thought was just cool to talk about. Just comparing and contrasting, because the funny thing is, just some regular person, some average Joe, your neighbor, certain family members, your friends, your coworkers, they might have some change in their pocket. Trying to jingle the coins. They might have some change in their pocket. They probably don't have any 90% in there, but it's possible. And if they do, wouldn't even know. They'd have no idea. They wouldn't think to check the year of the quarter. And even if they did think to check the year of the quarter, and they saw, oh, 1964, oh, a 1941, oh, a 1938. Through their eyes, it would be the same thing as a 2014 or a 2002 or a 1996 or something like that. All exactly the same, because they don't know the difference. And they can very easily spend it as though it's worth 25 cents, failing to realize that they can actually spend it as though it's worth $4.66, because that's what it's actually worth. It's almost like a paradigm shift that you have to go through once you actually learn about these things. It's very strange. It's very weird. Now, there are people older than me, maybe a generation or two, before me that went through the time period back in the mid-60s where we transitioned away from silver in our coins. And some of them held on to them, some of them didn't, but most of them remember. Whether they really understood what was going on or not, they remember what took place. Myself, I'm a little too young for that. I wasn't around in the 60s. I wasn't even a thought in the 60s. However, when I did begin to learn about this stuff back in 2016, that's when I first got introduced to silver in the first place. Even more so in 2017 when I actually took the initiative to begin stacking. And even more so in 2018, which was my first full year of stacking. That's when I learned the most. And something else that's funny about the face value of different coins. I didn't bring it with me, but let's take a second to talk about the Silver Eagle, just as an example. That's a $1 coin, according to face value. According to spot price, it's about a $25 coin. According to stack price, which is spot price plus the average premium, well, I shouldn't say the average premium, but the Silver Eagle premium, 2 years ago, Silver Eagle somehow became a high premium coin. So let me kind of restart that part. According to face value, it's a $1 coin. According to spot price, it's a $25 coin. According to the premium tacked on to Silver Eagles nowadays, it's probably closer to a $35 coin. But it says $1 on it. How does that make any sense? In what world does that make sense? Or what about the Gold Eagle, the 1 ounce Gold Eagle? That's a $50 face value coin. But it's an ounce of gold. And according to spot price, an ounce of gold is almost $2,000. But it says 50 bucks. It's weird. Especially when you're learning about it for the first time. I've explained this to people and they said, so I can go to the store and spend it as though it's worth more than $1 if I bring in 4 quarters. If I bring in 4 quarters to the store, can I buy something that's worth like $10? And I said no, because just like you didn't understand what in the world's going on, the cashier's not going to understand what in the world's going on. And guess what? The manager of the store isn't going to know what's going on. The owner of the company's not going to know what's going on. You can even call up the chief financial officer. He's not going to know what's going on either, and he's the money guy. Or should I say he's the currency guy? That's the fiat guy. So comparing and contrasting currency to real, true, honest money. Like I said, there's a bit of a paradigm shift that takes place once you actually learn about this stuff. And I apologize, anybody who's watching this, who's been stacking for years or potentially decades at this point. I know this is basic stuff, but this just so happens to be one of my favorite topics in the whole silver stacking world. I think it's pretty interesting to talk about. And like I said before, no wonder they took us off the gold standard. No wonder they removed silver from our currency coins. And no wonder we didn't go back onto any form of a money standard. And it's been kind of downhill ever since, when it comes to currency, that is. At that point, that's when currency started getting weaker. That's when we started to notice. That's when we really started to see the ramifications of inflation. That's when we really started to see the purchasing power of the dollar bill begin to diminish. Now again, I haven't been around since back then. What do I know about these things? But I have talked to older family members about that. You know how it is. They'll tell you, oh, back in my day, I was able to buy all of this for a quarter. Yeah, because that quarter was made out of silver, and that quarter was made out of money, not currency. Anyway, though, those are just a couple of examples I wanted to give while comparing money to currency. I'm going to do another partial loop around. I'm going to go to this overhang area where they have this bench and you can look down at the park. You're not too high up, but you're pretty high up. And I'm going to use this little platform area up there to put the dollar bill down and to put the quarters down as well. But am I crazy? Does this blow anyone else's mind? And I've been stacking for, like I said, about 4.5 years at this point, or going on about 4.5 years. This isn't new information. This isn't groundbreaking news or anything like that. But it's still mind-blowing to think about, even though I learned about this a couple years ago. I still find it interesting. I still find it unique. I still find it fun to talk about. And like I said before, no wonder we were taken off of any form of a money standard. But I also want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. When did you learn that our currency is not made out of or backed by money? And did you fully understand it right off the bat? Or did it take you a little bit of time to actually grasp the concept? This is what I was talking about before. I thought this was flatter. I'll do it over here. This is fine. What are your thoughts when it comes to currency versus money? When did you learn that $1 might actually be more than $1? If they're made out of these coins anyway. $1 from silver coins worth much more than $1. And the piece of paper, glorified IOU debt note dollar bills, as I like to call these right here, I would argue worth far less than $1. I don't think $1 is worth $1 anymore. I don't think $1 is anywhere near $1 anymore, to be honest with you. But I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. When it comes to 90% silver coins with face value being worth dramatically more than what face value claims that it's worth, what are your thoughts on that right there? And what are your thoughts on comparing currency notes to currency coins that are made out of money? And of course, when it comes to us being taken off of the gold standard and us having money, silver removed from our coins, what are your thoughts on that right there? Head on down to the comments and let me know. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Go and get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel in the biggest possible way. We got t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, coffee mugs in a bunch of different designs. A lot of the products are helping raise a little bit of funds and awareness for different charity organizations, by the way. DYDSS store will be linked in the description. Come and join us in the Precious Metals VIP Club, which is where I do giveaways every single month, live streams multiple times a week, deal alerts on silver and gold almost every single day. You can watch all of my videos early and commercial free. You can watch Saturday and Sunday's videos right now if you want to. And of course, every Saturday morning I post a brand new adventure vlog. I have a new one coming out tomorrow morning. You're going to want to go and watch that, so come hang out with us. VIP Club link in the description. I guarantee you the value exceeds the cost. And of course, last but certainly not least, make sure to go and get your 5 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. Normally it's 2 free stocks. They bumped it up to 5, so capitalize on that while you can. It's this month only, and you can deposit any amount, by the way. It can even be a penny. And I know that to be true because that's what I did, and you get the 5 free stocks. If you refer one friend to the app by the 18th, I think you only have 3 days left, Just click that little invite button, send it to one person that you know, boom. They're gonna give you 10 free random stocks. It's part of their advertising budget. Rather than wasting currency on billboards and TV commercials, they reward their users for helping them build their app with them. And of course, if you refer 3 friends to the app by the end of the month, you have about 2.5 weeks left to do this, they're gonna give you a spin on the Weeble wheel, which guarantees you at least 1 free share of Apple, with the chance of winning 2, 3, 5, 7, maybe even 15 free shares of Apple. Don't pass up on an opportunity. Weeble link in the description. Time is running out. If you don't want the stocks, go and get them anyway. Sell them. Congratulations, now you have the currency to go and get you some silver and gold if that's what you want to do. Weeble link in the description. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know once again, what are your thoughts on everything shared in today's video? When it comes to currency versus money, when it comes to fake versus real, when it comes to the glorified IOU debt note dollar bills, and the wealth, the real true honest money, what are your thoughts? When did you learn that our currency notes were no longer backed by gold? When did you learn that our currency coins are no longer made out of silver? And what are your thoughts on our currency not being backed by or made out of anything of actual value? Just random pieces of paper at this point, random miscellaneous metals at this point. What are your thoughts on everything shared in today's video topic? Thank you guys so much for watching. See you tomorrow. Don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.